When I saw my police report, it showed that I was dead. It gave me a time of death. And the next couple of days after I had started coming to, a police officer came into my hospital room telling me that I was dead. Okay, before we even start this video, let me just say I broke my braces trying to open a pop can. So do not judge my teeth. Do not judge my teeth because I'm not even gonna lie. I've been waiting for an appointment for a long time. And this is just what I've been walking around looking like. I'm not even gonna lie. So when I laugh, when I talk, I've been hitting people with one of these. Like, yeah, it's been that bad. So anyways, I'm choosing to do this video in spite of what my teeth look like right now. They look crazy. So I'm gonna just expose myself. Okay? I'm gonna be seeing that throughout the whole video. So say what you want, because I don't care. All right. But anyways, welcome back to my channel, y'all. I am so excited. I can't even lie. Like, I am finally back in the groove of wanting to film again and wanting to I'm just myself again. You know what I mean? A lot of you guys don't know what happened to me. I was in a really bad car accident, and this car accident ended my life. This car accident gave me a time of death, and not once, but twice that day. My head went through the windshield. You guys can see that I have a little bulge here now from stitches from my head going through the windshield. This scar is new. Not sure if you guys can see that. That's new. From my teeth going through my chin. I have a scar here from my collar, the steering wheel hitting my collarbone. And I'll show you guys in separate videos, but I got my ankle reconstructed. I bled out through my ankle. I lost a lot of blood to the point of them telling me that that's why I died that day. They repaired it, you guys. They took muscle from my thigh, skin from my other thighs. So I'm literally scarred up, you guys. I'm gonna just tell you guys a little bit about that day. What happened to me that day was I was into it with my boyfriend, and I was just really angry. I was extremely angry. I remember we were fighting for like a whole week leading up to that, you guys. And not even a whole week. We had been fighting for a long time and leading up to that day. My mom would always tell me about strife, what strife can do to you. Like when there's strife, it's just like a ball of chaos, and you're allowing basically anything to happen to you at that time, or you're giving free rein to the devil for anything to happen at that time. I was always told strife, like whenever we got into arguments in the family, which was rare, but we would watch the devil go from 0 to 100 just like this. And every single time strife happened, something bad always happened following us arguing or anything like that. Like it's a spirit at the end of the day. So long story short, I remember getting dressed. I got cute. It was Memorial Day. I wanted to feel good about myself. I wasn't feeling good about myself anymore. At that time, Ava, my baby girl, was 3. She's now 7, you guys. I know, it's crazy. But she's now 3 years old. Oh, no, she was 3 years old at that time. That time she was with her grandma because I was asking, like I asked her if she could spend the night because I wasn't in the right headspace and we had been arguing and I didn't want her around it. And I'm not gonna lie, she was around it often. It was God that she was over there. I remember getting dressed. I remember what I had on. I had on a one-piece shorts set with long sleeve, something similar to this, but it was like a one piece and it says "C.S. La Vie," which is I'll put the translation here, but I forgot what the translation was, but it has something to do with life, and that always stuck with me. And I had on a pair of red high heels at that time. I was trying to get cute, y'all. I remember going to Walgreens. I was by myself. I went to Walgreens. I was flipping through magazines. I remember taking a picture of a magazine. It was Stephen Curry's wife. I thought it was super cute, and I had posted it that day. And that was basically my last post for that day. I went back home after all of my little errands that I had made that morning. I went back home. I picked him up. I was still pissed at him. We were still, oops, sorry. I was so upset at him. I didn't want to be around him, but I'm just like, okay, Your mom's telling us to go have a good day, go enjoy ourselves, and things like that. So I did that. Um, I picked him up from the house, and then we just started our day. And if I'm being 100% honest, we went and picked up some weed, um, and we were just gonna relax, chill, drive somewhere, post up, enjoy ourselves on Memorial Day. I remember pulling in. We went to get the weed. We went to a liquor store to go get some Swishers, backwoods, whatever. I'm exposing it all. I do not care. This is all part of my testimony. I end up getting back in the car. I was so upset, y'all. I had got out the car to go get whatever I needed out the liquor store, and when I got back in the car, he was like, "You did that on purpose." What did I do on purpose? I couldn't figure out for the life of me what I did on purpose. And he was like, normally I would go in the store and go get that, but you just wanted to be seen and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, I didn't care too much about being seen. I'm not speaking to you, so I'm not about to ask you to go in the store and get XYZ. So I went in the store and I got it just because I'm trying to limit me how much I'm talking to him. So long story short, I come out of the liquor store, I get in the car, and I get a call from my parents. And they're just like, "Hey, what y'all doing?" And I'm like, "Hey, nothing, just trying to hide that I'm upset." And I'm like, "Nothing, we're just looking for something to get into. We leaving the store right now. What are y'all up to?" "Oh, we're getting ready to go see Grammy." They were in Orlando at the time, and they were going to drive 2 hours to Jacksonville to see my grandma. So, long story short, we just like, just loving on each other. They're telling me how much they love me, how much they miss me, how much fun they're about to have. So it was a really good conversation ultimately. So at the end of that phone call, I remember hanging up and I remember pulling off from the liquor store. And I remember putting on my seatbelt. I remember being so upset that as I was driving, I remember not even looking at the roads at some points. I remember looking at him. He's in the passenger seat. I'm looking at him like, blah, 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 just going in, just letting anger, letting rage just literally take over, you guys. It literally took over my body. I'm just all in his face. Like I remember taking my hands off of the wheels. Like y'all, when I tell you the spirit took over me, it took over me, and it is real. Like the spirit of anger, rage, all of that. I was so hurt from what we were dealing with. This spirit of anger just came, just full fledged. I was not myself. And so I'm looking and I'm just looking at him and I'm driving like this and I'm in his face, like literally like yelling at him, putting my fingers all in his face and just being extra, just blah, 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 blah. You then I hate y'all. I hate y'all. Like all types of stuff, y'all, saying whatever the devil told me to say, I said it. And it was because of that spirit that had took over me. It was not that serious, y'all, but I could not control my emotions. And that was a huge part of why I dealt with what I dealt with. On top of the fact that I know that it was a demonic attack against me, because I mean there's so much more to the story. There's more to it, you guys, and I'm eventually going to get into it and tell you guys what I was dealing with off of just the people around me, period. At that time, it was just too much. So I was angry at my boyfriend for letting certain people treat me a certain type of way, for letting people talk to me however they wanted to, for kid talk to me however he wanted to. And I just felt like I was worth nothing. I felt like I was worth absolutely nothing at all. It's like my self-worth was up here and I watched it drain to the point where I felt like nothing at all. And it was because of the things that I was dealing with in this relationship, and a lot of the things that I was not getting out of the relationship, but I was giving all of myself. So that's another conversation in itself. So I'm just letting all this anger and rage out. I remember just stomping my feet on the ground as if I'm not even driving the car and things like that. Until this day, I do not know what happened. I have no recollection, no memory of anything after me driving off from that liquor store that day. So I drove off, and that is literally all that I remember, you guys. I don't remember the impact. I don't remember the car accident. I don't remember hitting anything. I don't remember if it was a tire that went wrong, or that because I was dealing with an issue with my tire at the same time, and I went to go get it fixed, and me and him got into an argument the day that I was supposed to get it fixed. So at the same time, I'm like, did I do this to myself? Did I do this to us? Did the tire? Y'all, I don't know. Until this day, I do not know. I've been asking God to show me, but there's a reason. He's protecting me for something, or he's probably going to show me at a later time. Knowing that I have a daughter to come home to, I personally don't feel like I would have done that to myself. But because of that spirit that took over me, I simply don't know. I just remember waking up in the hospital with them telling me, "Oh, you were in a car accident." Just them trying to gently tell me what happened, and I'm under all this medication, y'all. Like, I just feel I apparently I had tubes down my throat. I had just had the time of death. I got pulled out the car. This is after the accident. Only thing that I know is what my family tell me and what my boyfriend told me about the situation and what his mother told me. And I'll insert clips on the car, you guys, too. But this was crazy. Basically, I just remember that I was told that I was pulled out of the car. When I saw my police report, it showed that I was dead. It gave me a time of death. And the next couple of days after I had started coming to, a police officer came into my hospital room telling me that I was dead, that I was dead. He told me that I was dead when they took me out the car. And he told me that, like, his face when he came in the room, he was extremely red in the face. It was a Hispanic guy. He was extremely red in the face. And he was spooked. It was like he saw a ghost when he saw that I was alive. And he just kept saying they couldn't answer any questions. I had so many questions. He couldn't answer any questions. And he couldn't believe I was alive, y'all. Like, he could not believe it. And that broke me. That broke me. Like, immediately when he left my room, like, he pulled up the reports. He was the officer that was on the scene. He was the one that found the weed in the car, because at the end of the day, somebody had to be charged. He thought that he was getting ready to charge somebody for my death. That don't even sound right. He thought that he was coming in to talk to my parents about who to charge. Thank you, God. I can't even lie. Like, I was beat up, y'all. And I mean, from head to toe, I was beat up. And I'm literally trying so hard not to be emotional, because my point in telling my testimony is just out of obedience. But y'all, I was beat up, 25 injuries. My back, fractured back, y'all. Broken collarbone, broken ankle, broken toes, broken tibia, broken this, broken, y'all, 2 pages long of injuries that I suffered. All the blood they had to put back in my body. All the blood that I lost. It was a lot, y'all, to the point where it killed me. I bled out. That was ultimately how I died that day. I bled out. I just remember them telling me, "You were in a car accident." And I'm like, oh, first thing I said was, who was in a car accident? Like, I'll play it for y'all, and it might sound funny, but I was under so much medication, and they told me that the medicine that they gave me was equivalent to a horse tranquilizer, because after this is the first time that they saw me. They saw me. My boyfriend had saw me, and his mother had saw me. And I'm talking, and they're like, "You were in a car accident," and my mind is, I'm not even there. They're just at telling me this and that, and I'm like, first thing I said was, "Who was in a car accident? Who was in an accident?" And then they said, "You," and I said, "Me?" And I said, "What, a car accident?" Like, and y'all, the fact that I was still joyful, and the fact that I was still funny, and the fact that this was still comedic in the midst of what I was going through was nobody but God. Like, God stuck with me this entire process. He did. I held on until I couldn't do it anymore on my own. Like, y'all, I went through so much. All the surgeries. I remember the wound being infected. I remember just being tired. I remember when they came back telling me they couldn't patch the hole. It was too big. So they had to take out a chunk of muscle out of my thigh and a patch of skin off of my other thigh. I remember the pain. I remember the pain. I remember all the surgeries. I remember not feeling myself. I remember feeling ugly. I remember feeling so ugly. I had lost so much weight. I had lost so much weight. I was unrecognizable. My arms were so skinny. My legs were super skinny. And as a woman, that broke me. I could not recognize myself, y'all. I just remember the love and support from my family. Like, my family has always been close. We always loved on each other. Always. But they showed so much love, so much compassion. They helped
Yeah.
me. They nurtured me,
Oh, thank you, mamas.
fed me.
You got mommy some ice?
Whatever I needed, whatever I
Oh, thank
wanted,
you, princess.
they took
That's
care
for
of me.
mommy. You're
And
so
my immediate
beautiful.
family did that. My brothers, sisters, mom, and dad. Not only them, but um, the rest of my family took care of me financially. I didn't have to do anything for months. People were like, it's your turn to relax. It's your turn to be catered to. It's your turn to just sit back and let people, it's your turn to receive. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Even to this day, like, it's hard for me to stand here. I still deal with this till this day. I have 6 screws in my ankle and 3 plates. I had to wear an X-Fix. I couldn't sleep. I had to sleep like this, and my leg literally raised like this in the air. I could only sleep in one position for 2 months straight. I could only lay on my back with my foot up like this. I had to lay against the bed with my foot up like that. And I have videos, y'all. I have clips and all that stuff to show y'all, but a lot of it is graphic, and I don't think that I can show you guys. My ankle, I was absolutely disgusted with my ankle. I've always been the type that little things gross me out, you know? If I see a lot of holes in the ground, it grosses me out. If I see, I'm not trying to be mean, but if I see like a patch of hair on somebody's face, like it makes my skin crawl. It's just little things like that gross me out. And to see my ankle just raw, flesh, meat, it grossed me the freak out. Like, y'all. And that's another thing. I am grateful for that too, because at the end of the day, listen to me. At the end of the day, they were this close to amputating my foot. I was this close to having to have my foot cut off. Like, I went through so much. It's just like pieces are coming back to me. But I was this close, y'all. They told me if they could not patch the hole, they had to cut my foot off. Y'all, but God did that. He did that. Like, this is what my ankle looks like now after the healing process. I might have to show you guys another way, but this is it. This is it, you guys. And on the other side, stitches. And in the very front where my tibia is, they literally drilled literal screws into my bones to keep my bones in place. Y'all, I would have to go to doctor appointment after doctor appointment, and they would have to clean around the screws. The pain. Like, what I remember is the pain. And I just kept saying, I would do this. I would eat this for my family. I'm praying that nobody else in my family ever goes through anything like that. I'm praying that I am the only one that had to eat that from any of my family members. I pray that nobody have to go through what I went through. Guys, I don't remember when I was pronounced dead. People asked me, did you go to heaven? Did you see hell? What did you see? I didn't see anything. I thought I was at home with my daughter. That is how I know God kept me. He kept me. I thought I was at home with my baby girl, sitting on the couch, chopping it up with her. I did not know that I was in an accident. I didn't know that I was dead. And even after that, telling me, hey, you were in an accident, blah, 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 I went into surgery because I remember my ankle being wrapped up, and not from what I remember, but from the videos that I saw. But my ankle was wrapped up in maybe like 25 blankets, y'all. It was thick. Like, they were trying, my ankle was literally dangling like some meat off a bone. So, I remember after they did the skin graft, I remember them putting little microphone to my ankle to hear blood flow in my ankle. I had a bag draining blood from my thigh, from my ankle. Y'all, like, ugh, please. Anger, let it go. Strife, let it go. Don't let it happen to you. Don't let this happen to you. Heed the warnings. Do you not think that I was warned multiple times before that situation happened? Do you not think that God didn't give me a way of an escape? A way of escape? Heed the warnings. Your mama knows best. Your dad knows best. Your grandma knows best. God knows best. Heed the warnings. I am begging you. I am literally begging you. This could have turned out 100% different from how it did. My family could have buried me. They could have buried me. I have voicemails of my mom screaming because of the doctors telling her. I have voice memos because of the doctors telling her. I went back in surgery after my boyfriend and his mom told me you were in an accident, and I'm like, I went in an accident, and then I just kept saying, is my face messed up? Is my face messed up? Like I still wasn't comprehending. I was on that horse tranquilizer. I'm sitting there like, is my face messed up? Worried about how I look versus the fact that I was just dead. I didn't know that. I didn't know. So, long story short, before my family even came, they took me back in surgery after I'm questioning, oh, is my face messed up? I was in an accident. Oh, I was, blah, 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 blah. They took me back in surgery. Guess what? Died for the second time. The second time during surgery. And they kept that from me for a long time. I'm just now finding out about that maybe sometime last year. But I died twice that day. And God brought me back both times. And I'm going to be real with y'all. I was in my word. I ordered every prayer book that there was. After that, I ordered every Bible that there was. I was in my word. And then guess what? I got into it with one of my family members, and I went back. I went back to the same city, state, apartment that I had just escaped from. I went back and I started living the same life that I was living after that car accident. And the fact that God has allowed me this amount of time to get it right again, everybody don't get second chances. It was like me spitting in God's face. How dare I survive what I survived only by the grace of God, to just then go back into the same lifestyle that I was living, and maybe a little bit, maybe even worse. Like, I repent boldly. I repent in front of whoever is watching. I repent again, and I've repented for that over and over and over. But I can't stop telling God I'm sorry for doing that. I'm changing. Am I perfect? No. I know I'm here for a reason. I know I'm here for a purpose. A lot of y'all know that I started a business called Beginner Beauty. Right? A year before the accident, I had my first event. And now I have even more of a purpose now. It was just about beauty and makeup and inner beauty. Do you love yourself? Do you use makeup to cover up who you really are inside? But I'm scarred, literally, mentally, and physically scarred. That alone changes the whole message for Beginner Beauty. I'm just grateful that God cared enough about me, and I know that it came from my praying mother and the hundreds of people that prayed for me, that the message got out to. I'm grateful to God for one. I'm grateful to my mother, my father, and my family. And I am so grateful for the prayer warriors that were able to come into my room when my mother and father were on their way to Texas from Orlando. I am grateful because everybody played a part. The doctors played a part. The prayer warriors played a part. It was not my time. After that, I have two beautiful baby boys. I have 3 kids now, y'all. Ava is 7. She needed her mama. Levi is 1.5. And Navi is 4 months now. I don't know who I birthed, but I know that they have a special calling on their lives because God kept me alive to birth them and to be their mother. There is so much more in store for me, and I'm excited. I can't lie. But you guys, please heed the warning. Like, I'm going to do Q&As too because I feel like there's still details and stuff that, like, if I don't write it down, I'm not going to remember it all. But I'm going to do a part 2 of this answering you guys' questions. And yeah, that's all that I have. I'm being obedient and I'm boldly telling you guys that God told me to do this. God told me to share my testimony, and He's been telling me to do this for 3 years now. This happened in 2021. It's 2025, y'all. And He's been telling me for a long time, and I'm tired of missing out. So, yeah, I survived. I'm a survivor. I survived a tragic car accident. I was dead on arrival. I died in surgery. But God